All right, we are back. Kimberly Klein, former F&I manager extraordinaire, now just your auto advocate extraordinaire.
Yeah. Very happy.
Papashevska.
Yeah. Quasi-retired.
Always Papashevska.
And a provider of ghost-written materials all across the internet. Yeah. Go ahead.
What we're going to be talking about today is we had a viewer, Wayne, who sent us in an email, a very thoughtful email. He bought for his new Porsche, well, a new to him Porsche, a vehicle service contract. And Wayne sent in this email because we actually, in case you aren't aware, but we talk about it enough now, you probably are aware, we can offer for your Auto Advocate members vehicle service contracts. We can't do it for all the different brands out there. So Porsche, for example, Land Rover, we can't either. So Wayne asked us for a quote for a vehicle service contract because we're transparent about price and it's usually a good deal. We let him know. I let him know, hey, Wayne, we can't get you a quote for this one. Sorry about that. So Wayne sent us an email and he said, hey, I just got this service contract provided by a company named DOWC. And what we're going to do is we're going to toss it up on the screen and Kimberly's going to walk us through it. But to tee it up a little bit more, he said, I was able to negotiate the price down to approximately $2,500. And this is on a relatively new Porsche Macan S. And that was surprising. And he said, since I was buying a Porsche, I thought I could do worse. I confirmed that today when I got a quote of $7,800 for the same coverage from CarChecks. Alarm bells just going off left and right. Wayne did a great thing, though. He said, he's learned a ton from our videos, so I wanted to share my contract with you. He said, feel free to review it for, quote, research purposes, and that we did research, and feel free to use this for your audience. And so I forwarded that email to Kimberly. I forwarded it to my dad, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take a trip to, well, Wayne's World.
If I may suggest, I think DOWC stands for Don't Own Warranty Coverage. I'm just guessing.
Kimberly, what was the first thing that went through your mind when you read the email and you saw the price? And then obviously I know you kind of redlined the contract and you have some things you want to bring to light for our audience. And of course, we'll put it up on the screen so that they can see too. But yeah, what were your first impressions and reactions?
Well, can I put my glasses on so I can see my notes?
This just got serious, yes.
Yeah.
I gotta see my notes. Because I did go through it and I went line by line. And the very first thing that jumped out at me after reading Wayne's note was the top of it says limited warranty. I didn't see anywhere that it said VSC or vehicle service contract. It says limited warranty across the top. That kind of got my gears going. But if you just kind of follow down through the contract, and I know, Zach, you said you're going to put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
So after I saw that, the very first bullet that's listed there says, I am receiving this limited warranty at no additional cost. Now, I know that Wayne said he paid some money for this.
$2,500. Yeah.
$2,500. So I'm immediately thinking, why? Why did he pay for this? So I scroll down through and I'm looking to see exactly what this is. The purchase price on a VSC, a vehicle service contract, must be disclosed somewhere. It has to be. So nowhere on this contract could I find $2,500 that a customer, Wayne in this case, would have paid. It wasn't listed anywhere. It's kind of interesting whenever it breaks the definitions down and it breaks everything down into what's covered, what's not covered. So if you look under number 2, which says what's covered under here, it basically says they'll pay for your breakdown except for what's not covered. And that's it. Mm-hmm. I've got one sentence here. So, all right then, what's not covered? So I'm scrolling down through. There are 56 things that are not covered under this. It's a pretty strict limited warranty. The other thing that I was looking for, really searching hard on this, was whenever you get a vehicle service contract, it will tell you somewhere on it, along with the purchase price of that contract, is what level it is. Sometimes it's called tiers or levels. Sometimes it's the silver plan, the platinum plan, the gold plan. I couldn't find that anywhere either. So, I couldn't find anything on there. So under number 35, it says where it tells you about the selected level of coverage and that whatever that is covered. And it tells you, too, that it's under at the top portion, I don't have it right
Section
in front of
2.
me. At the very top where the name, all the stuff that we're going to blank out, I'm sure. But it's not even listed there. It's not even a box that might be blank where it's telling you what level of coverage it is. It doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist because it's a limited warranty. It's not a VSC. It's not a vehicle service contract. What they're telling him, and this is everything that personally, this is what I'm looking at. What they're telling him is that we as the dealer are providing this warranty as the warrantor for this vehicle. And here's what it is, and it tells you that on the contract, the term.
Yep.
The tieback area, which I had to look up. I didn't know what a tieback area was, but it's basically if he breaks down within 50 miles of the dealership, he must get it repaired there. So yeah, it was really interesting. My question would be, what is the $2,500 for? Because I'm not looking at it. I'm not seeing it.
And you know what's interesting about this, and I think it's good for our audience, is dealerships can offer warranties. That Magnuson-Moss legal ruling that we've talked about before and we have written about back on the website, that Magnuson-Moss legislation says 2 parties can offer warranties. The original equipment manufacturer, the person that built something, and the person that sells something. And the simplest way to explain this is if you go to CarMax and you buy a car from CarMax, you get a 90-day warranty from CarMax.
Yeah.
It's 90 days or 3,000 miles, if I'm not mistaken. And then CarMax is going to try and sell you a vehicle service contract, which is not a warranty, which is their max care that goes for whatever. So in this case, Kimberly, I think you're hitting the nail on the head. Legally, if they wrote limited warranty on something and they were selling a vehicle service contract, they could get sued. They could go to court. They'd be in a lot of trouble. So this is a warranty. Wayne bought a warranty, but the warranty then literally says this is at no additional cost.
So
that was the first bullet point. So what did Wayne do here? And also, can we just call out? There's no way that you're buying this if it is a vehicle service contract, which you know it's not, for at $2,500. Like the car checks quote at $7,800.
There's a reason.
Yeah, go ahead, Kimberly.
That was number one, wasn't it? That was number one red flag for this vehicle. Dealing with VSCs for 15 years, I can tell you that you're not gonna, that's crazy for this type of vehicle. It's very expensive to repair, so $2,500, what is that getting him? And I think he mentioned something about powertrain and having that covered. He wanted that covered. But again, what did we pay for here?
And go ahead, Pops.
No, I defer.
I was just going to say, it kind of speaks to the shitty experiences that people end up having here because they don't know what they bought. They think, oh, I'm getting a great deal. And then, God forbid, something happens to Wayne's car. I mean, the best case scenario here is Wayne flushed $2,500 down the drain, and he doesn't have to worry about it because he never has to make a claim against this thing. The worst case scenario, go ahead.
Or I don't have the right paperwork, and I'm looking at something that they did give to him, but maybe he didn't send me the right paperwork. Maybe he did pay $2,500 for a VSC, and we don't have it. We're not seeing it. What I am seeing is a limited warranty by the dealership.
And so then, best case is you never make claims against it, and it just kind of happened, and you move on. The worst case is you think you've got this powertrain coverage. You go to the dealership, and that's the ire that everyone faces at some point in their life if they bought one of these. Is you're telling me this isn't covered, you're telling me that isn't covered, and it kind of speaks to. I mean, not everyone, Kimberly. If I bought a car right now, my dad would help me get a really good deal, right? But if I was looking at one of these, I would need you by my side. I'd need you behind my back to read it and review it. And so I think the least we can do is at least bring to light some of the red flags that you definitely acknowledge that happened here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that if you get in touch with us and you find out that one of the largest vehicle service contract underwriters in the country, which is who we deal with, won't even write a vehicle service contract on a Porsche. And there's a reason they won't, because they know that, especially on older ones, that many, many things are going to go, and they're going to be much more expensive than they could ever charge as a premium. So if we can't sell you one because our underwriter won't underwrite it, and then you buy something for $2,500 and you say, okay, let me compare it to another third-party source, and they're 3 times the money. Well, that's got to tell you everything you need to know. You have one of the largest that won't sell it. You have another large one out there that's 3 times plus the money of what you paid. Nobody's going to really cover much for that $2,500. They might not even cover up the $2,500 worth of repairs if any of the repairs fell into things that they would actually repair, if that makes any sense. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Sure. I mean, I don't know how many years Wayne financed this for, but $2,500 if it's over 3 years or 4 years, I guess on an annualized basis, it won't amount to much, but it appears as if it could be money that was not well spent.
It's also, it does state on there that it's non-cancelable and non-transferable, and that's because it's not a VSC.
Yeah.
That is one of the big benefits of a VSC. Is like they all are. It's industry practice, cancelable and transferable, prorated refund. There are typically fees that they charge you to cancel, $50, $75, whatever it is. So keep that in mind. But yeah, in this case, Wayne, thanks for sending it to us, and we are ecstatic that you're happy with your car and that we were able to help. The market price report was able to help and all that. Please, if you are watching this and you're in the process of buying a car and you have we're trying to do this with dealer invoices. Like, send us your dealer invoices, but also if you have a copy of a contract for a VSC or for a warranty from a dealership, send it to us. Email us, info@yourautoadvocate.com. The more videos we can do like this, the more informed everyone can be, including ourselves. It gives us a chance to review.
Absolutely.
So please, continue to send them in.
Yep. Well, cool. Sorry, Wayne.
But the Macan S, it's a nice car.
Oh, it is.
It's a nice vehicle.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, guys. Thanks for your time as always.
Thank you. See you, Kimberly.
Thank you. See you.